Hey everybody, so welcome to my vlog for YCS London, 250th YCS for Yu-Gi-Oh! So it is the night before I go to fly to London. I'm actually flying incredibly early because what I'm doing is I use this time, usually I go to London to go see some musicals, and just so happens that I'm going to go see some musicals and also play some Yu-Gi-Oh! At the YCS. So I just want to give initial thoughts on what I'm going to play. Today is Tuesday, which is almost still 5 days more till the YCS. I'm going to be looking to play probably Kashtira in the main event. I'm settled on the list mostly, with some changes kind of pending. Maybe we'll see what makes sense. I've been testing a lot with different versions of the deck. When I say different versions, I mean like either a very hand trap build or a board breaker build or something like that. And I'm kind of looking at maining 3 crossout designators and reducing the number of forbidden lances to 2, and playing 2 Rise Heart, not Desires, because I don't feel that confident of a player to be able to get away with playing the Desires, although the consistency will be required, I think. But that's kind of where I am at the moment. But I guess the main thing is just I want to go see some musicals while I'm over there, and I'm going to have some fun. And I think one of the guys is going to go see a musical with me on the Thursday before the first day of the event. So that should be fun. But I think initial goal for this YCS is actually just to try and win the first round, maybe, because I'm sick of losing in the first round. You know, it's really frustrating. So we're hoping to do a bit better than that. We shall see. The format is incredibly wide, so it's hard to predict. But it's just about trying to prepare for every sort of deck and use my resources kind of sparingly for the most part, until the point where it makes absolute sense to just completely kill them. So hopefully we'll see how it works out. We'll see if the luck is on our side and different things like that. We're also going to do 3v3 probably on the Friday, and then I'll be prepared for side events on Saturday and on the Sunday as well. So it should be a long week. I'm not sure what musicals I'm going to go see. This is just, I guess, a kind of initial welcome to the vlog itself. I'll kind of keep tally of different things during the video. Some of it I'll try and breeze through the musical stuff, but I might have some parts of that in the vlog as well, just to get a feel for what I do. And then I think the Thursday, Friday, Saturday content is going to be the most important. So I'm at the hotel, and I've ordered like a double room, but I think it's at a best effort basis, so they gave me a twin room for the first night, and then I'll have a double room tomorrow. So nice little inspection. Looks nice, so cool. So hey, we're going to go see Les Mis.
Well, I'm not.
This has nothing to do with my Yu-Gi-Oh vlog, but it will be in the Yu-Gi-Oh vlog.
Let's
go!
Les Mis! Hey everybody, so I'm back from going to see Les Mis today. Today is Thursday, tomorrow is the event, the YCS. Hopefully we're doing 3v3 tomorrow, we shall see how it goes. I'll be playing Kashtira unless someone can convince me otherwise. But it should be fun. I'm interested to see what I can do. One thing to mention as well is I actually I brought a bunch of deck boxes with decks and things like that in them, but I left behind my branded stuff, my Naturia Runic stuff, and some thrusts and some talents as well. So I unfortunately have limited myself in terms of what I can play, which is very silly. I just left them behind, basically. What I mean is, the most annoying thing is there's actually one Kashtira Theosis in the box that I didn't bring with me either. So I have to go source one. A lot of people have offered to lend me one, which is fantastic. But I never really feel comfortable borrowing cards off people, to be honest. It just makes me really kind of awkward and stuff. I don't like it. So we shall see what we do. But yeah, it should be fun tomorrow. Mostly pints, and we went for food afterwards as well. But Les Mis was so good and so long. and everything that kind of took it out of me. And usually I'd go see 2 musicals in the same day, but I was really tired, so we came back to the hotel and stuff and just decompress and relax. What's poppin', amigos? So we're finished the Friday, which is day 0 of YCS London, and we participated in the 3v3. It took like an additional like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to start, and they couldn't finish all 4 rounds, so they gave everybody a bye in the last round, which meant that we went X1, and I was in the middle for most of the games. I lost the first 2 rounds to my opponents. I lost to Branded, and I lost to Earth Machine, and then I beat Branded. So, and I was joined by Jorge, who was on Labyrinth, and Ross, who was on Branded at the time, and we both did pretty well. It was pretty cool, and I ended up getting a Theosis, and I have 3 Ulti Fenrir now, so that's kind of cool. Finalized my deck list. It's I made rapid changes at the end, I just wanted to change it up a small bit because it didn't feel super. I'm still not super happy with it, but it'll do for what it is, I guess. So that's kind of the aim. We're on the way to day 1 of the YCS. Deck lists are registered. It's cold. I've had breakfast, but it's not raining, which is good. Let's go.
We avoided the sausage.
Yeah, the sausages suck. So we're finished round 1. I played against the other Irish player in the room and lost to Mathmech. Game 1, I bricked and he killed me. Game 2, I made a right start pass and he didn't kill me. And then game 3, he went full board and gammed my shifter, and then just had lots of engine and stuff. And then he had IP on the field, so I set tactics. And then he made unicorn, and then spin my tactics, and I just lost from there. So very unfortunate. That's round 1. So just finished round 2. It was a draw. I lost game 1 to skill drain and just life points, I guess. And then game 2, I was in battle phase and I had 3 monsters to attack with, and one of them was a Fenrir. So, and he only laid in hand, so there's nothing he could really do. But it was a draw nonetheless, which is very frustrating. But yeah, so I'm now X1-1 after 2 rounds. Can a man get a win? So I finished round 4 and I won against Branded again. So I had Ash for Branded Fusion in both games, so he didn't have cross out, so I won. Them's the breaks, I guess. Yeah. I went to get food, I got a burrito. Waiting to eat it. Yeah. So round 5 is over. I played against Pendulum. I opened the zone lock for 5, and then I saw his extra deck, and I was like, beyond the Pendulum. I was like, oh my god, this is so based. And then I banished his Crowley, because he had a Crowley and he was playing 60 cards. So yeah, he couldn't play. And then game 2, I opened 2 evenly, and he opened Endymion and Griffin Rider, but I baited out his Endymion, and then I even lead him twice.
That's crazy.
So that was funny.
I don't think you need to zone lock 5 versus.
So round 6 is over. I just beat Sword Soul. They were unfortunately not able to play very well, or play against me, I guess. I won die roll, and I didn't go for zone lock. I just went a right start pass, but I had 2 Book of Moon, and I Book of Mooned his Moye and his Taya, and then he did what's that thing called? Blackout, which unfortunately wasn't enough, and I just came back on the crackback and killed him. And then game 2, he just didn't open good enough, I think, so it was very unfortunate. Hey folks, so I just finished round 8. So I lost to Hero Branded. I got incredibly unlucky in game 3 because I drew evenly matched for my crossout designator, and I had crossout designator as well,
and then I made a full board, and then he evenly matched me. So that's variance, I guess. Yeah, it sucks. Like, it's like a 5% odds of doing that. So that puts my record at X22. So I dropped. But I lasted one more round than last time before I got to the record that knocked me out. So progress is progress, I guess.
Hey folks, so I just wanted to give a quick summary on day 2 of the YCS. So today I showed up at the venue about 10 a.m-ish, and I decided to register for the final mega challenge, it was called. I didn't really want to go about trying to find a team for the 3v3 or anything else like that, and also it took a long time for the 3v3s to get started on Friday, so I wasn't too inclined. So I entered the mega challenge, which basically, as long as I kept a record of 3 wins throughout 6 rounds, I would get some extra prize tickets to buy some extra stuff. And so entered that, and round 1 I had a no-show, so I decided to play Melfi Adventure Sprite, by the way, for that event. So I played Melfi Adventure Sprite. I had a no-show round 1, so I got a free win. Round 2, I lost to my first and only Kashtira match in the entire weekend, despite the fact that it's the most popular deck by a mile. Round 3, I drew with Branded. I was able to I guess I was able to do a lot, to be honest, right? So it was just I just wasn't able to do enough life point damage to get over his Guardian Chimera and different things like that. It was a bit strange. Well, it was actually tier limits as well. It was tier limits. Yeah, it wasn't Branded at all. Sorry, I'm so confused. I just remembered the Guardian Chimera. So yeah, it was tier limits. And then round 4 was a no-show. So it was a on the app, it came up and it was yugioh, and I was like, oh my god, I recognize that name, because yugioh Mundry, he came second at Euros last year. Yeah, he lost to Rika in the finals, so he's a really, really accomplished player. So I was like, oh my god, but he didn't show up, so we take those. So that was round 4. Round 5, I had another no-show for a guy, Dan M or whatever, anyways, and didn't show up. So I ended, and then for last round, they announced that there wasn't going to be a last round, and I kind of suspected that because the same thing happened with the 3v3. Basically, they need everyone out of the building by 7 p.m. as much as possible. So they couldn't run the final rounds. Everyone got a bye, which meant that I was X1-1 in 6 rounds, and I ended up with getting 20 prize tickets. So let's go show some of that stuff off, and I'll do that in a separate, little clip, I guess. So first thing I want to show off, I used some extra points. I got 2 of these KC Kybercorp sleeves, just because they're really nice. I think they're quite cool. So I'm happy to use them for like extra neck sleeves and stuff, so that should be interesting. And then we've got the 250th YCS mat, which is quite nice. And then, so I had a total of 32 points because I got 12 points for the 3v3 as well. So I used 12 points at first because the points weren't in the system for the mega challenge until the end of the day. But so I went up to the wall and lined up for ages right before things ran out. There's lots of stuff being run out of. But the first one, or what I got the tour guide remote dual extravaganza mat, which is quite nice. And then I got the Marek speed duel mat. Just to make sure I have a speed duel mat. I was really happy to have at least one, you know, just to be prepared for a speed duel. And then I picked up the Jaden speed duel mat as well, from I guess the Dual Academy box. So I'm pretty happy with that. Generally speaking, that's what my prize pool was like for this stuff. I believe this mat's maybe 30 or 40 or something, so it's quite cool. I missed out on getting the exclusive YCS mat. I should have picked that up while I had the chance, but I didn't. But generally speaking, yeah, kind of plus on the event. I also, one of the vendors also gave me a free binder, so they just like handed me a binder at the end of the day, so that was quite cool. Yeah, and that's basically day 2. So hopefully this has been an interesting experience for you. I guess my vlog is kind of weird. I feel like I forgot to record for one of the rounds, which was against Sword Soul, which I won. I was actually a bit I did a bit of BM thing where I kaiju'd his Eva Long one, and I Harvey Feather Dustered his field, and then I stole back my kaiju with Big Eye, and then I made Dark Current and I blew up his entire field, so it was pretty cool. And then I put him on 0 monsters left, so that was pretty good. But that's about it. That is, I guess, the overall event. YCS London is over. Really well done to Sprite, Melfi Sprite for winning the event. I kind of suspected. I've been hearing a lot about that deck being the deck to play. Obviously, I saw there's like this live twin runic Sprite thing as well going around there, but as it proved, Sprite was the best deck. We beat Kashtira with 2 Kurikara and a Tactics. All it took was 3 non-engine and an insane starter card to beat Kashtira in the finals. You know, so that's all it is. That's about it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, everybody, and don't forget to subscribe.